Free spirits, welcome back to another episode. Have you ever wondered what waking up the rebel within you could do for your greatness? If so, hang tight. Our guest today is going to give us all the juicy details.
That is right, y'all. Today's guest is Lady V, a dynamic spiritual release coach and an evangelist and the CEO of Elliott Night Professionals. Known for her resilience and her passion, she has transformed her life story of overcoming adversity into a powerful message of liberation and hope.
Through her signature program, Awaken the Rebel Within, Lady V empowers individuals to release limitations, rebuild confidence, and rebrand their voice for a future of purpose and impact. What is Lady V's superpower, you ask? Learning to roar, ROAR, in her greatness. Lady V, welcome back to Flying Upstream.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you today?
We are doing great and so excited to have you back. I know that for anyone who's paying attention, Lady V was on before one time. We had technological issues, but that did not stop us. We are certainly excited to have her back. And we are so excited to start talking about your unique path, the path that you have walked. Can you tell us a little bit about your background and what was the pivotal turning point for you?
So I come actually from an abusive background. At the age of 8, I was molested. By the age of 10, I was running away trying to escape from what was going on in my household. And I always say I was trying to escape the monsters that live with me. And so as I was trying to escape them, I found myself turning more towards the street. And so by the age of 15, I was a madam. By the age of 21, I was a high priced cowgirl. Now, I lived that life and I decided I was really looking for somebody to save me, somebody to help me along my journey, somebody to just come in and just rescue me. And sometimes that's what we just all want. Sometimes it's, Lord, somebody just save me. And I didn't realize that the only person that could save me was me. And so my pivotal point was coming out of a narcissistic, abusive relationship or marriage. I got tired of being on that hamster wheel of feeling like I wasn't worth it, feeling like I wasn't enough, feeling like the world, like I wasn't important in this life. And I feel like I really went on a suicide mission. And one day God just was like, look, you are worthy. You are more than enough. You are everything that I created you to be. So why are you allowing man to tell you what you are not when I created you to be everything? And I was like, I don't know. I just got confused. I couldn't even really just answer the question. And sometimes we get to that point where we being asked these questions and we just don't have no answer. And sometimes we'll start, backpedaling and coming up with the excuses and things like that. And so I just did not want to be there anymore. And I knew that then that it was literally time for me to get off of that hamster wheel of limited beliefs, get off that hamster wheel of living in my trauma, getting off that hamster wheel of lying to myself and perpetrating and putting up a facade. I just didn't want to live there no more. And I knew that it was finally time. And I was like, you know what? I'm out of here. And sometimes, and that was my pivotal moment. I just got tired. And my grandmother used to tell me, baby, you ain't tired until you sick and tired. And when you really get sick and tired, then you'll start doing something about it. Until then, baby, you just complaining. Stop complaining. So that's kind of how I live my life.
I'm so inspired to hear what you're saying that you realized you are the only one that can help yourself. You were waiting for this knight in shining armor to come along and save you, and specifically a man. And then having that realization seems like it was a huge turning point for you, that you were able to, as you said, kind of step into your power and take control and make different choices that redirected the path of your life. And I'm curious, along that journey for you, what is one rule, whether it was personal, societal, or professional, that you broke? And how did breaking that rule actually open doors for you as you continued to step into your power?
I had to break the rule that it's okay to not be okay. See, people want to tell us that, oh, everything's gonna be okay and you'll be all right and this and that and you gotta push through it, and we're warrior women. We carry a lot on our shoulders and we push through until something happens and we just keep on going. But it's okay to not be okay. And once I realized that, there all kinds of doors started opening for me because I no longer had to pretend that I was okay when I really wasn't. I no longer had to sit and say, you know what? Oh, I'm all right. Oh, it's okay. Oh, everything. No, because it's not okay. It is not okay. I am not all right. And I am ready to just break that up. Very, I'm ready to punch somebody in the face. It's not okay. I mean, we have to know that it's okay to really not be okay and just live in that moment. Just don't sit in that moment. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference between being there and saying, okay, I'm not okay today, and that's okay. I can have this moment to myself. But I don't want to sit in this moment because now that's when depression starts seeping in. That's when anxiety starts sweeping in. That's when sadness and fear and all these different things, these limited beliefs start kicking in, and that you don't want. So I sit in my moment of not being okay. Then I snap out of it. Then I'm okay again. And yes, I'm all right to not be okay. I don't care about no spiritual coach, no spiritual nothing. And I am okay with not being okay. And you should too.
That's so powerful. I honestly, as you're saying this, I'm like, it can feel like such an an underrated, like it feels like such an underrated thing. Like so often we are not okay, but I don't think I have ever heard someone in a moment be like, "No, I'm not okay." And that needs to be acceptable because the truth is that we're not okay. What we're doing is masking the reality of who we are and what we're feeling and what we're going through in that moment in order to be able to fit into what society says we should look
Exactly.
like or and we should act and whatnot. So that is so beautifully said. Thank you for sharing that. There is absolutely no one size fits all approach to life.
Exactly.
There is no one size fits all to any aspect of our humanity. And I wonder for you, I mean, even though it's very clear, as a spiritual release coach, what do you feel is the most unconventional thing that you may teach to one of your clients?
That it's okay to not be okay. That is my main thing. Like,
I
sit
love
in it. Like, just be okay with being authentically you. Why do you feel like you need to fit in to what society is trying to tell you into this box of society? If God wanted us to fit in, we would all be the same. But we're not made to fit in. We're made to stand out. But it's us that be trying to fit into these groups, fit into society, fit into this cultural thing, fit in over here with the church, fit in over here with our family and our parents, and fit in. Baby, they don't like me because I don't fit in, and I ain't trying to fit in, baby, because I stand out amongst the rest. When you talk to Lady V, you know exactly who you're talking to. You know what you're getting when you're getting it. And you might not like it, and that's okay because I am not for everybody. I am not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm all right with being just authentically me. I don't need to fit in. I need to stand out. I need you to know who I am. I don't want you to be like, who was that girl that came through? No, when this is over, I want you to be like, y'all remember Lady V? Tell her to come back because you know who I am. Because I'm standing out amongst the rest. I don't need to fit in. I don't want to fit in. And so that's what I teach individuals is stop trying to fit into something that you're not made to fit into because it don't belong to you. That's not yours. Let it go. It's okay to let that go because it don't belong to you.
Exactly. And I love what you're saying, because it's something that, as much as it's taught in schools today, it's also not taught in schools, right? It's still like, it's okay to be yourself, but also you should really fit in, and you should really get the approval of all your peers, and make sure that you're dressed a certain way and doing this and doing that to fit in. And so it's really embodying that and knowing that within your core is so much greater than just having it taught to you and saying it, but truly knowing who you are. And I have to
It,
believe that leads into happiness and success, and just genuinely being your true authentic self. Now, here's my question for you, because I've also heard that there is a balance between being your authentic self and then also being kind of fitting into society and being part of that, the whole tapestry that is society. And how do you find that balance, right? Because I 100% agree with you. I do want myself, my children, to be who they are. And at the same time, we do live in a world that does have some societal norms.
well, I don't really know what a societal norm is because I ain't normal, so I couldn't tell you about a societal norm. I don't know about that. That's probably beyond my pay grade. I don't know because I don't live there. So, like, because really, I mean, in reality, nothing is normal in this world. Nothing. Look at it. We all in different types of countries and cities and states, all kinds of different things that's going on right now. What is normal about what's going on in your city right now? Because guess what? It's some things that's going on that we know don't normally happen. Is that normal or is that abnormal? See what I'm saying? So for me, I can't fit into something that I don't know anything about. All I know how to do is to love me genuinely. See, I tried to fit into that societal norm, and the suit was too big. It didn't quite fit me right. It wasn't tailor made to Lady V. It was tailor made to, I don't know, society, I guess. I don't know. But it wasn't made tailor made to me. And so I realized that I needed to just take that suit off because it wasn't looking good. It wasn't fitting my curves and making my booty pop and things like that. It wasn't fitting me where I needed to be. So I don't want to be in that normal state. And if we get out of that mindset, because that's just a mindset, really. That's how we think because we've been told, we've been conditioned. See, y'all, I'm gonna catch y'all. I'm gonna bless your spirit real fast. We've been conditioned to actually think like that and to feel like that. So we try to fit into this societal norm, but it ain't nothing normal about none of this stuff that's going on in society now. Not from politics to the church, to the friends, to the family, nothing, to the weather. Ain't nothing about this normal. It's some things going on and none of this is normal. So I'm not really quite sure what a normal is to most, you know? So I say be free. And when we change our mindsets to just be authentically us, we can stop trying to fit into this societal norm that really don't even exist. It's just something that they done told us that we believe that we're supposed to be in, and that's what we're supposed to do. So we have tried to create that. And how do you really create that? Because what's normal to you might not be normal to me. What's normal to somebody else might not be normal to you. So, really, why do we continue to try to sit in this box when we ain't normal? And I'm all right with not being normal. I'm all right with it. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be normal. I want to just be crazy. I don't.
Yeah. I really appreciate what you're saying though. It's like, this idea basically that whatever it is that we're told, we accept. We're like, okay, yeah, that's true. However, what's actually true is what we create within ourselves. When we embody and love ourselves and we act out of our own authenticity, then we get to create that reality for ourselves. And as you were sharing that, one of the thoughts that I had was, the ability to kind of, when the idea, I've heard this before, the idea of, when you walk into a room, there's two different types of people. There are the people that are like, oh, do I fit in? And there are the people that are like, do I want to be in this room? Like, is this a room of people where I can be authentically myself? And I really love that you're sharing that. This message, your message is so powerful today. And I'm really sad that we have to start wrapping up this episode because I just know that there's so much knowledge and so much opportunity to learn about how you seize the moment and for us to be able to empower others in that way. But before we wrap up, I really want to know, how do you define success? Because I'm very interested in hearing what success means to you.
I am the epitome of success because I no longer live in my trauma. I am one of those who walk in it. It's not about, see, for some of us, we look at success as, oh, we got this big business, we're successful, family is going great, life is beautiful, money is flowing, and now we're successful. But your life sucks. So, really, how successful are you? Because you can have all of those things and be just miserable. And so, really, why is that called success to us? When you were saying that, the one thing that I love to teach people is this one thing right here. We have to start unlearning to relearn because we've been taught so many backwards and bad, crazy things that we now know. We feel it's that this is the way it's supposed to go, this is the way it's supposed to be. But we have to start unlearning to relearn the real truth. When you said about walking in the room, I laughed because of this one thing here. When I walk into the room, I don't care if I fit in, I come in to shine. So I walk in the room already ready to go. See, I ain't walking into the room. See, that's how I stand out amongst the rest because when I don't care which room I'm walking in, I come in to slay the room. See, that's that's my mindset. I came to slay the room. I don't care if I'm fitting in. I don't care if I'm who say what or John or what. I don't care who's in the room. I come to slay the room. When I step in the room, you know I have arrived because I walked in like that with boldness and confidence. And that's where we need to be right now in our lives right now is learn how to walk bold and with confidence and just be okay with who you are and be all right with it because you're beautiful inside and out, but nobody knows it if you don't know it.
That's such beautiful advice, Lady V. Before we wrap up, last question for you. What is what is an important piece of advice that you might give to someone who's struggling to break free from their own limitations?
Mm, this is the one thing that I want to tell you. You are worth it and you are more than enough. Make yourself a priority because sometimes we forget about us. We so busy, focused on taking care of everybody else in our lives that we forget about the main important person, and that's us. If we don't take care of us, who will? We have to learn how to self love and self care. Period. So those are my that's my thought is to make sure that you are definitely loving you first, making you a priority, and knowing that you are worthy and you are more than enough. No matter what society says, I want to tell you today that Lady V say you are worthy and you are more than enough. Just believe it.
That's amazing. Amazing final words to leave in our ears. Thank you. We also have a special treat for our listeners today. If you schedule a free consultation and say Rebel, you will get 15% off her course that is starting now. Actually, it started yesterday. So hurry up, get a spot quickly. She's still going to honor this deal with you. So make sure you sign up. We'll put the link in the show notes below. Lady B, we've had an incredible conversation today. Thank you for being our guest.
Hey, thank y'all for having me again. And I'm truly, truly grateful, just grateful for it all. So, hey, y'all just know that Lady V love you, but God loves you more.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. It has been a pleasure having you. For anyone ready to take the next step in their own transformation, be sure to check out Lady V's Awaken, the Rebel Within You program. You can find the information and resources by visiting the link in the show notes and in the YouTube description.
And to our free spirits out there, we encourage you to take a moment and reflect on your own life. Ask yourself, what rule have I been following that might be holding me back?
And of course, if you don't know the answer yet and you've enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, share it with someone who needs to hear this message.